this is Benny.
And this is Dhruv. And today we are going to review the trailer of the Nigerian movie called Unroyal. If I read the IMDb, it says, when a rude and arrogant princess finds herself reliant on a humble gatekeeper after a terrible accident, it may be enough to make her change her ways. It's kind of interesting. The director is Moses Inmang, and it stars Kingsley Abasili, Veme Charity Ada, Feme Adebayo. And this is a 2020 movie. I think it is on Netflix already. So let's check this one out.
You humiliated the North Prince down there. Why?
Our great king, we so much appreciate Your Majesty.
You will address me as Your Majesty.
Address you as what? Your Majesty.
What's better than being feared?
How about being loved?
Get out. What's here now? Get out. I want it.
Oh hell, the princess! And she has done it again.
Came to seek your hand in marriage.
Why are you talking this way? We went to Paris together. We had fun. We had a great time. So also, why are you talking this way? Why?
We had a great time. And that was that!
God will not give you anything. You keep quiet. You will marry us.
Did you hear that? An ordinary gatekeeper.
Well, if this is love, I hope it's mutual.
It's been 5 days.
It's alright. It's okay.
The rate she's going, all anyone is going to do is fear her.
Can have a king who cannot control the kingdom.
How dare you call me a scum? You're a scum! Who am I? You call me a scum!
Who is this?
Oh, my cousin Rita.
As we speak right now, she's in a coma.
So why are you smiling? Sotonye, pull yourself.
You get asthma.
My guy is in love.
Where am I running to now?
I'm not a ghost.
So it seemed like she's a very spoiled princess. She doesn't like anyone. There are people coming for her hand in marriage and she rejects everyone. She has a good time and that was that. Like she said that to one of the guys. And also, more importantly, her dad is very weak in health. And that's why her mom is stressed out. And I think that's why her mom wants her to get married. At least that's what I understood. And there were some guys they show that were talking about him being an unfit king, meaning they want to topple his kingship. So in that, I think they kind of maybe target her in a certain way. Does she fall in love with the gatekeeper? Or I don't know what happened, but it seemed like she went with someone and I think she was missing for a few days. That's why her mom was crying. And then they kind of tricked her and she was in a coma because that guy's cousin was saying she's in a coma and someone was like, why are you smiling about it? Or something like that. And then she escapes. Maybe the word is out that she's dead and she's telling someone, hey, I'm not a ghost. Like she escapes, she sees what was happening and runs off. And maybe the story is that after all of those experiences and, you know, being through that traumatic events, maybe she changes her ways and becomes more responsible towards the kingdom. But I also wonder, like, how is this a new story or is this an old story? It seems like it's relatively new. I was surprised to see there is there are kingdoms or concepts like that, but I know like in Thailand, there is a king, for example. I'm not well versed enough to know if there are still kings in Nigeria. There are also kings in India, I guess, but they don't have that kind of power as far as I understand. In Rajasthan, we have kings still. I'm sure in certain other places that I might not know of, we have kings, but it's not like they can rule the people. Like they just have that status. So I wonder how it is here, whether he really rules the people or is it a king status? And because if it's a king status, what does it matter if the king is weak or not, or because he's not ruling anything? So I'm just curious about that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I feel that now, even if there are kings, it's more about the businesses that they hold. It's more like an empire of a business. And along with that, you still have a title. You are representing a dynasty. So I think they don't have the power to rule people, but they do have an empire to, maintain. So it's something like that, something like a business or something, but you have a title to it. And so, of course, there's the power game. Wherever there's power games. That's what. But yes, the thing about the gatekeeper was not at all clear to me. What was it about the gatekeeper? Because we don't, in the trailer, we don't come across, okay, so this guy is the gatekeeper. There's no clarity about who is the gatekeeper. And where, maybe that's the plot where they're not really sure where the princess went off to. Was it really the gatekeeper? Maybe both of them are missing at the same time. Maybe it was a ploy where the princess herself wanted the gatekeeper to, help her escape or something. Or maybe she was actually in trouble and the gatekeeper is missing at the same time. So it's understood that he tried to be loyal to the family and saved her or something, but it's not clear since it's been 5 days, as stated by the queen. What I also see is, of course, she's a brat, she's a princess. She's been brought up in like a princess, and a princess, well, she would be demanding and she's entitled and everything. But also what I feel is that she is, love hungry. No amount of love is enough for her, maybe, or she's not just able to find the love that she wants to find. She's maybe going around with various different guys, but it's like, not this one, not this one. But maybe she's searching for the right guy. But her attitude is that of a princess because she is one.
Yeah, maybe the thing is that the gatekeeper kind of helped her out, and she wanted to stress her parents out a bit. Maybe her mom was pressuring her to get married, and then she actually gets kidnapped, and someone tries to kill her, and she narrowly escapes. Maybe that's the thing. Or the gatekeeper was also the kidnapper. We don't know. So there's a bunch of characters, right? That there's her mom, there's her dad, that there's her. Someone said the wench is gone. So maybe in their house there are some people who live, and there are some of the main characters. There's this buff guy who tried to talk to her and who was pushed away by her security guard or whatever. Yeah. He is one of the characters. It seemed like he was really in love with her or something. I'm not sure. But it's, again, like what I do like about Nigerian movies is it is about a princess, but it's also about all these other people that we will get to know, that we would have character exploration of all these other interesting characters. And I wonder, like, once she comes back, what happens, because if a king is not ruling something, yes, there are businesses, but if you topple the king, you can't. It's not like in the past when there were ruler kings, you would kill them and you get their governance, right? Here, you can't kill the king. You have to get into the family, basically. That's the only way you can have the businesses. So it's, why were they talking about like, he's unfit? Maybe he's unfit to handle that business and I should be handling it. Something I think
maybe they are relatives of a kind. I feel so. The title was not up for grabs, then they wouldn't be saying such a statement. It's maybe like a board of directors who can, throw off the CEO.
Yeah.
They can choose a new one. So maybe they had some say in who is to become the new king. So maybe that's why they could say such a thing. One of the dialogues is, my guy is in love with her. So we're not here clear who the guy is. Which was the guy that was in love? Was it that buff guy whom she was talking to in the garden, who was thrown off by the bodyguard? Or is it actually the gatekeeper? It's not clear. And there where they say that my cousin is in a coma. Maybe the princess was put under her name. That she is the one who is in coma, and actually there is nobody in coma, or maybe there was a cousin in coma, so to say, and she was actually smoking something, and so it's just a misdirection.
No, so that brings up a good point. I think, because there is a shot of the princess waking up in that hospital robe and just being horrified by those two people making out. And there is a scene where, I don't know if that's the same guy, but she takes a guy to her dad and then shows that they love each other. And he's like, I hope it's consensual or something. That's a weird sentence, first of all. I hope you didn't force him to do it, to be with you. But anyways, I think maybe someone tricked her to make her fall in love with him, and then she goes with him or elopes with him or something. Why would she elope with him though? Because her dad was like okay with it, it seemed like. But anyways, she goes with him, and then she's then she's just put into coma somehow. And even in the coma, she has enough consciousness to see that guy was with some other girl and they had tricked her. That's how she gets out of the coma or something. I don't know if she was actually up there looking at them out of the coma and they didn't expect it, or she was in a coma and she could see it, and that's how they represented it in the movie. And then she ran away from there. It's just basically that the second half of the trailer is confusing enough for us to come up with a billion different theories. But in any case, it does sound interesting. The buff guy was pretty cute, I'd just say. He was very, very nice. I would hope if I were the princess, I'd go with him. Yeah, it sounds interesting. And the other thing I was also thinking about is that, can a princess not manage the businesses? Is that not an option in a kingdom? Because historically that was not an option because of patriarchy.
Maybe it is an option, and that's why everybody is so worried, especially the parents, because she's just behaving like a brat. She's supposed to maybe take over from her father, and then she's missing for 5 days.
No, I doubt that is the case. I think because her mother is wants her to get married. I feel like, well, those things could coexist. She is taking over and her mother also wants her to get married. But my gut feeling is that it's not an option. And again, this is awesome because this is another awesome female-centric movie. I mean, I've never seen so many female-centric movies in any cinema ever. All right, guys, so if you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and let us know in the comment section how we are doing, or if there are any other reviews that you want us to do for any trailers, any movies, upcoming movies that we might not know of. Also hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. And if you liked it, actually go ahead and like our video. Until next time, फिर मिलेंगे.